Welcome back to my playthrough at the LOTY2024 contest levels, and we move on to GigaLems levels. We are starting off with GigaLem 1. All of this is too much to lake. So yeah, pretty much these levels, they come from Festival Millas 2023. I don't think I nominated in these levels, but I could be wrong though. Let's go! Yeah, I believe this was like the start at like the first class rank, I think. Either that or the economy rank. I can't remember which one now. But anyway, yeah, first one would jump and then we shimmy. And then we would dig here. And then, yeah, I canceled the digger with a jumper. Yeah, but the pit is deep enough to contain the others. And then she gets a swimmer. Yeah, and then I just bridge the gap on the other side. And then I think they just stay put for the time being. Yeah, and then she gets a climber. Okay, jump over the gap. Okay, jump over this gap as well so that we collect the platformer pickups. And then, yeah, when she starts climbing, I go ahead and make her jump so that she goes back the other way. Yeah, because then we'll bash through the one-way wall here. And then platform up this gap. Yeah, with two of them, two platformers. And then laser. Yeah, there's a gap here. And then mine on through. Yeah, and it's the same slope as the miner, so therefore the miner keeps on going. And yeah, this is background. Yeah, it's the part down here, that's the water. Yeah, but not up here. That's just the background, as I mentioned. Okay, and then platform at that gap with our remaining platformer, and then bash on through. Alrighty, and then finally all that's left to do is to mine the crop free, and that's it. So yeah, pretty nice level. Yeah, and also one that looks pretty nice as well. GigaLem 2, Blaze Druid Resort Party. Okay, and this is an incomplete level by Wafflem, I believe. Yeah, which was back in 2016, and then GigaLem just finished it up. Yeah, from 2023. And then yeah, there's a gold talisman here. It's just to complete the level, especially given the wide size of the level here. All good things must come to an end. Soon it'll be December 26th, and the wait will begin all over again. Before we leave home from our globe-trotting journey, how about one last party? Yeah, I'm just gonna show up my solution here. So yeah, we start here, and then actually it might be a better part of the level that we begin. Let's see, where are we? Oh, okay, so I built out to the left. And yeah, plenty of buttons that we need to get to. So pretty much like these lighters. Yeah, bash on through. Bash on through here as well. And I think we just repeat until we get to the very bottom. Well, here I mine. Okay, set up a climber, and then I make her jump, and then mine on through. Yeah, to get under the steel. Okay, platform up the gap. So she turns around, and then we make her jump so that she starts climbing. Okay, and then shimmy on through. Okay, make her glide so that she lands down here. Have her drop down, and then have her turn around. Okay, bash on through. think this might be like the penultimate load FM 2023 pack. Yeah, and then the low after that was just a soul-summing credits low, I think. Yeah, I could be remembering wrong though. Okay, and then jump. One-way force view here. Okay, and then jump. Okay, and then shimmy on here. Okay, dig. And in case you're wondering about the eligibility of this load for LOTY, this is fine because it's basically just an incomplete load that GigaLem took and completed it. So even though that's the case, yeah, even though he took the load of another person and completed it, it does not count as a collaboration load. Okay, bash on through. Collect 4 laser pickups. Should be a long basher section. Okay, and then collect 3 more jumper pickups. Oops. Okay, and then I cancel her with a shimmer. Okay, dig here. Okay, dig down here so that we can get to this button. Okay, dig when she turns around. So it looks like we get pretty low here. Okay, and then cancel her with a jumper. Yeah, this is an anti-splat pad. Okay, and then she glides to get here, to get this button. Yeah, and then same thing here, I think. Yes. Okay, and then make her jump so that she gets over here in order to get this button. Okay, and then jump to get up here now. Yep, and another jumper to get up here. And then we get these 2 buttons right where the exit is, on either side of the exit. Okay, then, yeah, dig when she is turned around. Then I believe this is another long digger section. Yeah, cancel her with a minor. Okay, platform the gap so that she turns around. Okay, dig to get the button here. Okay, jump in order to get this button now. Okay, jump across the gap. And collect 2 glider pickups. Okay, and then platform, and then cancel her with a shimmer. Yeah, just enough so that we land down here. Okay, and then she becomes a sacrifice. We are done with her now. Okay, and then mine, and then send out another climber, and then she gets a glider. Okay, jump. Okay, and then dig here. So that we can get down here to get this button. Okay, bash on through. Well, not yet. Then I believe this is the final button. So that's the exit unlocking. Okay, hoists herself up here, and then we start digging. Okay, mine. Okay, and then we build. Okay, and then laser on through. Okay, dig here. Okay, and then laser on through. And then we mine. Okay, and then I released a crowd with a miner. Okay, laser on through here. And then I cancel her with a shimmer. Okay, and then laser the other way now. And then cancel her with a builder. Okay, and then one final builder to get to the exit. So yeah, it's a pretty wide level, but yeah, there's still plenty of skills to go around here. So yeah, this is my solution. And then for GigaLem's Nintendo solution. Okay, so it starts the same way as I do, by building out to the left. Okay, and then mines here. It sends out a climber. And then glide. And then also mine to the left. Okay, and then mine the other way. Okay, dig when she gets up here. Okay, and then mine again. Yeah, and I believe they stay put. Yeah, just similar to what I did. Okay, bash on through. Okay, jump. No, he already releases them. Yeah, by mining. So it appears that send another 2 climbers, it appears. Yeah, both down here somewhere, I think. Okay, and then jump. Yeah, digs here. Okay, and then jumps with the other climber. Okay, pop him up the gap here. Yeah, just in the nick of time, the climber makes it through. Okay, bash to get underneath the teleporter. And then, yeah, he starts mining here with another climber. Okay, shimmy to get on up here. Okay, cancel the basher with a jumper, and then shimmy to get on up there. Okay, dig down here. Okay, bash to get on through. And then dig down here. So yeah, what were those? 4 laser pickups. Okay, dig to get the button there. Yeah, so the miner would just get stopped due to the steel. Like so. And then she bashes the other way. What were these? What were those? Oh, jumper pickups. And, oh, okay, yeah. She was able to climb back out. Now what? Okay, it digs. Right there. Okay, lasers. It then cancels the laser with a jumper. Okay, the glider lands here. Okay, and then jumps. Okay, get this button. Then jumps to make her turn around. Okay, and then these were 2 more glider pickups. Okay, jump across the gap. Yeah, get that button, and then dig. Okay, build to get up the miner tunnel. Okay, dig to get this button now. Okay, get this button. Shimmy to get out of the pit here. Okay, and then platform up this gap. Okay, and then platform to turn around. Then use a jumper in order to get this button. Yeah, just to get it. Yes. Okay, and then we start bashing. Yeah, right down here. Okay, shimmy. Then another digger right here. Okay, and then laser. Okay, cancel the laser with a jumper. Okay, and then another laser, and then also cancel with another jumper. Yes. And yeah, if you do it the lasers like this, then the ceiling is thin enough. Yeah, for them to step up into the other tunnel. Okay, we get that one now. Okay, someone else gets a glider. I think it was up here. Yeah, this climber gets a glider here. Then shimmy. Okay, and then we mine. Where though? Right here. Okay, and then build in order to get out of the pit here. Okay, and then dig in order to get this button. That should be the last one, I think. Yes. Okay, and then laser. Okay, and then build with the laser. And then jump to get out this pit. And then give her a glider. Because, yeah, this is a spot fall. Yep, and then I believe that's also low, especially since they're out of skills now. Oh, and then some of the other ones come from. I think some of them might have slipped out in the meantime. Yeah, some of them slipped out, okay. So yeah, his sacrifice was this Milla right here. So pretty interesting intended solution. This level pack was themed after my vacation in 2022. I had a blast seeing more California and trying new things. It was a very unforgettable experience. It was also themed around two Mimani titles. I'm not even sure if I said that word correctly. DDR83 and Beatmania IIDX 18 Resort Anthem. Wafflem's unfinished levels come in handy for this level pack too. I wasn't feeling the best at the time, and finishing those leftover levels helped de-rest. Wafflem, Plum 510, if you read this, I can't thank you enough. Yes, I believe that was the time I met up with GigaLem and also Plum 510 as well. Yeah, at like round 1 at Main Place Mall in Santa Ana. So yes, I think I can't remember whose time is which here. I think I might have taken far more time than that actually. So mine might be the 15-minute one, while GigaLem was the GigaLem was probably the 9-minute one, and then mine took 15 minutes in total. But in any case, yeah, it's a pretty wide low and can be pretty intimidating because of all the buttons that you need to get to and everything. But you know, don't let that get to you. Yeah, just ignore it, and then you should be fine for the most part. The only time you would not pass is if you don't make a serious attempt at the low and stuff. GigaLem 3, Chaos of the Holiday, and this again is credited to Wafflem, and this time it's 2018, and then GigaLem just finished it up in 2023 for Festival Millas 2023. And yes, there are intended solutions. Yeah, GigaLem provided an intended solution for all these levels except for the first one. Yeah, for who knows why, but that's okay. Yeah, it's not required anyway. But same thing. I'm just going to show off my solution first, and then we'll show GigaLem's intended one after. Okay, jump in order to get this button, and then make her jump. So yeah, this one isn't anywhere near as big as the previous one, but this one was still pretty challenging from what I remember. And yeah, this is survivable. Just by a pixel, I believe. Oh, no, there's a bit of leeway. Okay, get 2 pencil pickups, and then platform up the gap here. Bash on through, and then platform up this gap. Okay, and then mine here. Yeah, at least in plenty of my attempts, I kept running out of skills, I believe. Okay, and then jump to get on up here. Yeah, force field, one-way force field does not cover everything. And then, yeah, get this button up here. Was that the last one? Yeah. Oh, no, there's 2 more that we need to get to over here. Yeah, plenty of leeway there. Okay, and then mine on through. And then fence here. Okay, and then mine here. So that's the last one. So we platform up the gap here. I cancel with a jumper. Okay, so I mine backwards, and then I cancel her with a platformer. So she just exits, okay. Okay, and then I fence on through. Yeah, does not break through to the floor as well. Okay, and then bash on through. Okay, and then we just get high enough on the slope and then platform to get to the exit. So yeah, that's my solution. And then for GigaLem's intended one, okay, platform up the gap here. Okay, mine to stop her so that she does not walk into the water and drown. Okay, send up a climber. Okay, and then mine on through. So, guessing that he would just, release them with a platformer. And then jump across the gap here in order to get to this platform to get the button. Okay, collect the defensive pickups and then make her jump into the force field so that she turns back around. Okay, that's on through. Okay, jump so that she climbs and then goes into the teleporter. Hops out here. And then gets this button. Okay. Oh, I might have accidentally pressed like the key on my keyboard or something. So, yeah, that's my mistake. Oh no, this ends up in failure. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Did GigaLem like send the wrong replay or something? So no, I did not accidentally press a key on my keyboard. Alright then, I'm just gonna go ahead and load my replay and then just time skip everything here. So that's pretty interesting. No one has realized that. And yeah, it took about 5 minutes exactly. A little bit more than that. So yeah, it's a pretty nice level, but it was also pretty challenging as I mentioned. GigaLem 4, Lotus Road. I believe this is the final one by GigaLem. Yes, this one is a pretty nice one. I don't think I nominated this one. Yeah, as I mentioned, because I don't think I mentioned nominate any GigaLems levels, but again, I could be wrong. Okay, so you have a splat pad that you need to deal with at the beginning. So we're gonna go ahead and bomb. And then yes, there's another entrance here, but it's all neutrals. So we would need to use the regular hatch in order to rescue them. Okay, and then we glide into this block here so that she turns back, or she bounces out to the left. And then yeah, we put a stacker. Yeah, and then we put a stone right where the trigger of the anti-splat pad is, and then make her climb. Sorry. Okay, platform up the water gap. Okay, right on here, and then we collect the jumper pickups. Yeah, this button we will get later, it appears. Yeah, built here. Okay, and then have one jump here. Okay, and then we mine, and then use the staircase to continue. Okay, so now the crowd can get up to where the exit is. Then yeah, I cancel her with a jumper. Okay, jump to get up here and get another jumper pickup. Then no, we did not. We haven't gotten all the buttons yet. Yeah, so this is pretty much a splat pad puzzle that you need to figure out. So this could be quite challenging, but it's a very, very nice one. Yeah, from what I remember. This was definitely one of my favorites from the pack, from the FM2023 pack. Okay. Oh, and then at some point I go ahead and bomb. Yeah, to get that button, and then it also makes a nice ramp so that they can get back out to the left. Okay, and then we build. and then we will fence, and the builder staircase will keep the fencer going. And this will be long enough to get up to where the neutrals are and release them. Yep, like so. Okay, and then jump to get the final button. Now the exit unlocks. Yep, and that's it. So, very, very nice solution. Yes, the this after eventually makes her way back to the exit, I believe. Yep, because this is where she will bounce back the other way. So yeah, this is my solution, and I say 1 over the requirement here. Now for GigaLem's intended solution. Okay, bomb, and then he 99's the release rate at the very start. Okay, and it's down there. And then also drops the release rate back down after 2 regular Millas drop out of this entrance. Okay, and then build to get up here. Okay, platform up the water gap. Okay, stack here, and then send her up as a climber. Yeah, this will just allow the climber to get to this button later on. Okay, make her a glider. I think, yes. Yeah, get 3 jumper pickups, and then have her jump across the gap. And now she gets this button. Okay, and then jump to get up here. Okay, and then mine. And then the staircase will keep the miner going. And then, yeah, bomb a nearby Milla to stop the miner. And then this is just enough to for the miner to take off the last part of terrain in order to get out of there later. Okay, and then bomb here in order to get this button. So yeah, in addition to the bomber that I used here, GigaLem uses a bomber here to stop the miner. So that's the other sacrifice that you're allowed. Okay, and build to get up here. And then this will be the fencer builder combo, like so. Okay, and then everyone else is stuck in this infinite loop here. So everyone is fine. Okay, and then jump. Yeah, missed that button up there. So no more skills at the moment, but we're gonna go ahead and get a jumper pick up here. Yeah, and this will be for the climber to get the final button there. Yeah, like so. Yep, and that's it. So yeah, it's almost the same solution as mine, just I did better by saving 1 over the requirement. Yeah, I didn't need the other bomber sacrifice. So it took about the same amount of time as my solution here. Alrighty, so with the final level of GigaLems, that moves on to the next rank, which are my levels, so KYN. So that's me right here. And so the next time I will cover the intended solutions to my nominated levels. So with this, hope you enjoyed the video of the LOTY2024 playthrough, and I'll see you all next time.